Booyah! Tippy top, my damies, and welcome to episode, what is this, 37? Or some shit? 37 or something like that. Reviewedly Interrupted with me, your host, Pootie Tang, the man with the perpetual, I just got out of bed look. I love it. I love it. Now, okay, at this moment, I am just recording this video. I have not pre-selected any kind of fucking background. But like, I'm gonna check it out. Supposedly on this video editing app I got, you can put like stupid backgrounds behind you and shit. So what I'm going to try to do is see about that. So there's a possibility there's gonna be some kind of background that I have not pre-selected. So I'm just gonna pick some random shit because I'm having fun with this. I don't know. I just want to make it random and weird, along with just my takes on these movies. I want to make it interesting. So there's a possibility there's gonna be some shit going on back here. I don't know what it is. We'll see. I don't know. Either or, whatever. There'll be shit. There'll be shit. This episode is about Gabe Bartalos's effects-laden, fever dream, fucking crazy movie, Saint Bernard. Oh, there's the Saint Bernard head. Oh, this movie is weird. I first saw it on Tubi. This is one of those movies I first saw on Tubi, and after I saw it, I was like, this movie, I really like this movie. It's weird, it's different and shit. It's fucking just strange, and I have to add it to the collection. So I, of course, picked up the Blu-ray copy. I believe I got it off Amazon. So there'll probably be a link to all that shit and everything. From Severin Films, another little company that puts out some cool shit. Not much of special features on here. There's the making of, that's a 17-minute long making of, not super long, and the trailer. But it's like, seriously, you watch the movie, you're just gonna want to watch it again. Because there's more, it seems like there's more to see. Even though like, you think you're seeing everything, the more you watch it, there's just like so much like going on, especially the police station. But I'll get into that later. But yeah, this is like really good. I mean, shit. You know, he started off doing some like really cool stuff, like Brain Damage and Frankenhooker with Frank Henenlotter, you know, fucking Basket Case trilogy and shit like that. Some of the Leprechaun ones and shit like that. It's like, yeah, it's awesome. You know, and Warwick Davis is in it. Dude, you gotta, if Warwick Davis is in something, he's like such a solid actor. You know, I get that it's like a lot of his roles have been pigeonholed because, you know, he's a little dude, but it's like he's always solid, and he seems like such a nice guy. Like, especially watching the special features of like the later Leprechaun movies, as he started getting into like Leprechaun in the Hood and all that goofy shit, Leprechaun in Space. He was just like, he was having so much fun with that role. He was really enjoyed it because, you know, Warwick Davis is forever the Leprechaun. Like Freddy Krueger is forever going to be fucking dude, I'm brain farting like a son of a bitch. Robert Englund, you know? And like, it's just like some of these people are iconic. Like Brad Dourif will always be the voice of Chucky. He will always be Charles Lee Ray, you know, and all that kind of shit, you know? Warwick Davis has become one of those horror icons with Leprechaun. But yeah, Saint Bernard. I don't know. Like I said, I saw it on Tubi and I was like, dude, that was fucking awesome. Well, I don't know if I'm reacting to something that's going to be in the background later or not. There might not even be anything with the background and this looks stupid. I don't know. But yeah, so I saw it and I was like, dude, I gotta get that. And before we go any further, just like you guessed it, people, this episode is also brought to you by Gummy Unicorn. Though there are a plethora of little Gummy Unicorn heads in here. Fuck pluralizing the name. They are just Gummy Unicorn. Telling you gotta go to the Dollar Tree, you gotta get yourself some of these. You're gonna be like, they are not the best gummies I've ever had, but solid. Solid. For me. I don't care. So yeah. I'm gonna go watch this shit again. And it's only 99 minutes long. It's only like hour and 39 minutes long. So it's not a super long movie, but it is just like the pace it moves, it's just like there's so much. It's just so much. It's just like, whoa. I really have to get more Gabe Bartalos movies. I have to. Which I will. I will. So, me and the Legion, which is Gummy Unicorn, are going to go watch this movie and come back and BS about it. You know, talk about some parts. It's like, just looking at the cover, I'm like remembering parts. It's like, it's really good. So I'm looking forward to watching this for like the 4th time. I'll be watching this for like the 4th or 5th time. And yeah, so Saint Bernard. Okay, I'll see you all in a little bit. Okay. Oh, Saint Bernard. As you can see, my phone is very touch sensitive. I'm trying to stop it right now. And I was trying to make it look like a good cut. Let's try this again. Saint Bernard. There's the face. Let's see. Is it going to work? Oh my God. Holy mindfuck, Batman. Saint Bernard. Fucking movie's wild. Really wild. It's like, it's one of those movies where there's 2 paths you can take. You know, it's like, it's not even the real Robert Frost deal. But maybe this movie could be that way. Where it's like, there's 2 paths. I don't know if one is less traveled. I'm guessing one has to be. I don't know. But like, you can take one path that's like, okay, I'm going to search for the deeper meaning and everything that's going on in this movie, you know? It's like, oh, it must be like, it seems like it's about drug addiction and like how he was, like he also had some mental illness and or something happened to him and then he got into drugs and then his life spiraled out of control and just the different situations that he's in and the people he meets are like allegories for, you know, someone who's in the throes of madness and drug addiction and everything else. And you could go down that path, or you could take the other path where you're like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I am just going to sit back, not think about it, and go along for the fucking ride because this is crazy shit, you know? And like, so it's definitely one of those movies where you can take either path. Because like, as far as like just sitting back and watching it and going along for the ride, it's crazy. Okay, it's like, it's just utter madness. And it's like, it almost seems like there's elements of steampunk because there's a lot of like metal used, but it's always like keys and coins and pipes and stuff like that. So it's a little steampunkish, but it's also like this weird, like what came before steam? Was it coal, or was the coal making the steam? I don't know. I don't remember. I'm not a trainologist. But whatever came before steam, I feel like that's whatever that punk is in here too. Because a lot of wood, you know, a lot of wood, whether it's like actual, like where he's in like the lumber yard, not lumber yard, but it's like, you know, they got a bunch of like split wood that they're probably selling to people to burn, or something, or whether it's like boards or just pieces of wood, things made out of wood, a lot of wood, you know, a lot of wood, water, and metal in this. So it's like, it's pretty crazy, you know, because it doesn't get really super concrete or like steel, like more baserist or metals or something, you know, like copper and whatever, you know, whatever they're making like nickels out of these days, because there's not a lot of nickel in them, right? I don't know. But like, so it's got like this really cool aesthetic to it where it kind of strays from certain things and just has a very definite of its own look. And yeah, I fucking love this movie. I mean, let's I'm trying to think of the best way to like give away spoilers and talk about the movie in this part. Do I want to take the path where it's like, let's think about like the deeper meaning, or should I just talk about shit that happened in the movie? I think I'm going to do that part. You know, it's like I can say like, well, this is what I think at times, but I'm not going to be like, this is what the movie is about. But you know, when he's like fucking, when he's just at this one point where it's just, it seems like he's normal, even though it's like his growing up was all about being a composer, and he was wearing that white suit with white shoes the whole time, even as like a teenager or preteen or something, and it made no sense. It's like, it seems like he's a little, sorry, my neck's stiff, guys. It seems like he's a little like not all there up top or something. It just seems a little off, because it's like, what the fuck, man? Why aren't you in school? What are you doing just wandering around in a little coat, white, almost tux? You're weird. Okay? And then it flashes to where he's an adult and he's still wearing the same fucking suit. I don't know if it's the same suit. It can't be the same because he wouldn't fit it, but you know, a similar adult-sized white suit. And he seems like he's like pretty normal, but then all of a sudden he looks down and he sees like all the drug paraphernalia, pills, needles, spoons, like pot pipes and all this other kind of shit. And then it seems like that's when his life kind of spirals. So it could be an allegory for fucking drug addiction, you know? And then, you know, just his journey, all the weird places he meets, all the weird places he goes and people he meets. There's like, and then when he finds the severed, rotting Saint Bernard head on like the freeway on-ramp, it's just like so weird. It's like, I was trying to sit, like, I wanted to just watch the movie and go along for the ride, but I kept like going like, well, what's this? What's maybe the meaning behind this? And I was like, God damn it, I just want to like watch it and like be entertained by its craziness. Next time. Maybe if I feel like I've got more figured out, quote unquote, then maybe I'll chill next time and just go along for the ride. But you know, it's almost like that was like his spirit, like his, not like his ghostly or heavenly spirit, but just, you know, his inner him, his him, and it just slowly deteriorates until it's just like a skull, you know. So it's like maybe that was like him finding, quote unquote, finding himself and carrying that himself with him, and it trying to be taken from him. Like when he goes to the church and it's like the church is just like, hey, the preacher is like, hey, give me money, and tries to like take the dog head from him, and he's like, no, you can't have this. This is mine. This is the only thing I have left, you know? And like, I just love it. Like the church is just trying to take money. It's like, we get it. Like, yeah, the churches can be pretty fucked up. And, you know, his suit turns into money, and then he's out in public and people are just snatching it off of him and everything, taking every little, like society is taking every little bit of him they can that he has left. And yeah, and it's just like the police station where it's just like, no, he goes there for help and everybody's just like, yeah, whatever. They take their little bit of money from him, and it's just like he sees it, it's just like the police don't care. They're just out to get the public. They're not really civil servants or something. It's like, I don't know, but like what's crazy is like, it's funny how like they put like hella makeup on the dude that's supposed to be the police chief. He just looks fucking nuts. He looks very cartoonish, like very, very cartoonish how they did like the mask and the makeup with the oversized like kind of head with the brow and the big wide nose and the big mouth with the lips, and it has like the cigar hanging out. He looks like a cartoon bad guy, like how they would draw a cartoon bad guy or something, you know. And then the weird chick he meets that's like got little bits of roadkill bones like tied in her hair and onto her clothes and all this other kind of weird shit. And she's just like some tramp is in like transient, like just fucking living on the streets and shit like that. And like hooks up with her, and then she's even trying to like steal that part of him that's him. And I don't know, it's just wild. And it's like it does, like, one of my favorite parts, it's like it's such a quick part, and like I don't understand who this group of people in their underwear are, but the fact that they're afraid of parachuting chickens, like not like chickens with feathers, but we're talking about like you go to the store, you buy a whole chicken, that's a raw dead chicken, and they're just parachuting out of the sky. And these people are definitely afraid of them. To be honest, I would be a little intrigued and also a little disturbed if I saw raw chickens parachuting out of the sky. I would wonder what's going to happen next, you know? And like when they make the little catapult and they draw a person on like a little outline of a person on a piece of paper, and they put it in the little catapult, and the guy he's like, yeah, and he pulls the thing and the paper just goes, and they just look at each other like, and I'm just like, dude, that one little scene is just like so hilarious. It's so fucking comedic. It's not over the top. It's not like slapstick or physical humor or they're saying anything, because there's not like a ton of dialogue in this. There's some dialogue, but not a ton, right? And they just say nothing. They just look at each other like, well, shit, what now? You know, it's just like fucking great. That little part right there just cracks me up every time. It's a very solid comedic little quick scene. And yeah, and then like Warwick Davis is the guy that's like, I guess I'm not sure who, like, what his like allegory is in the thing, but it's just like he gives a solid performance. It's fucking Warwick Davis. The guy is a solid actor. I mean, he may forever be known as fuck the leprechaun guy or Willow, but I mean in Willow he plays a more dramatic part. You know, the leprechaun movies, the scripts got very silly as time went on, but he is a very good actor. He's very solid. He's very, like, when you watch his facial expression, how he delivers lines and everything, it's like he delivers them very naturally and very on point, and he is just a very solid actor. And I thought it was very cool to see him in there, you know, even for a brief little section of the movie. It was like nice, because I'm a fan of Warwick Davis. And like at the end, when it's like, I guess it's his uncle that's supposed to be his uncle, and it was like his uncle was the one who taught him how to be a conductor, except his whole thing was like hands, hair, like wave your hands and then wave your hair. Like that's all you got to do to be a conductor. It's like it takes nothing but waving your hands and then waving your hair. To be honest, I've seen conductors, and that makes sense to me. I mean, I'm also not a conductorologist. I haven't studied conductorology, so fuck, maybe that's what it's all about. Maybe that's all you got to do is just wave your hands and then wave your hair like, yeah, you son of a bitch, give me an oboe. Yeah, oboe. Yeah, percussion. I don't know. Maybe there's like little hand signs. Maybe it's like baseball. You know, it's like instead of like this means steal second or whatever, it means like timpani. I don't know. But like, it's just super trippy, and it's just like he keeps moving. That's one of the things too, is like, it's not like a movie where things are coming to him. He just is going on this journey that is just getting worse and worse. It seems like he has some bright moments where he's coming out of it, and then he's just sucked back down. But like I was talking about it, like his fucking, I guess it was supposed to be his uncle or some shit, and then at the end where his uncle turns into the giant monster and like monster demon, and I'm like, okay, so is this allegorical for like maybe his uncle molested him when he was little, and he's at a point now where it's like his soul, like there's no more like real flesh left on the Saint Bernard skull. Very, very little, just like it's like papery skin, just there's not much left on there. Like his soul is laid bare, you know, at that point. And he finally confronts and battles his demons, and then he dies. Like, it's almost like a fucking downer ending in a way, where it's like, oh, he's going on this journey. Is he going to make it out to the other side in the sunshine? Not this time. Coffee. But yeah, just the visuals. I love how over the course of the movie, you do see like the Saint Bernard head just getting more fucked up and rotting, and there's less flesh and skin on it. This color is it's just getting more discolored, and it's rotting, and it's like little details there, and it's very visual, very effects and visual driven. I mean, there's even a little bit of like, I mean, it runs the gamut, you know, like the hair people, like they're made out of hair and they're like stick figures and they're running around doing shit. And that's kind of weird. But I mean, it's got practical effects. There's some visual, like visual computer effects in there. There's like obvious like overlay shit, but there's animation. I do believe there's a little bit of climation in there, a little bit of like there's just, it's like every kind of effect, special effect you can get, including just over the top fucking set decorations, which is a lot. Like if it's this kind of movie, the sets and how they're decorated in the background and everything is also a part of the effect, you know? And like it's got everything packed in there, and it's a smorgasbord of fucking visual effects, and it's very fun to watch. Some people might think like, well, it's too much. It could be too much for people. For me, I like it because it's like, I don't watch something like that all the time. Not every movie I watch is like, okay, it's got to be like a total barrage to your fucking senses, like visually, where you're just like, oh my God, and it's like overload, like, meh. No, but every once in a while I like to watch something like that where it's just so amazingly over the top and in your face with its shit that it's like right on. Now, I'll talk really quick about the movie I'm doing next, which is almost the polar opposite. This is a movie that doesn't get talked about a lot. Basically, they get, like, who is it? Jen and Sylvia Soska, the Soska sisters. Lots of people talk about American Mary. Lots of people talk about the See No Evil 1 and 2. It's like, I still got to get Rabid, their remake of David Cronenberg's film, because, you know, and I still got to get David Cronenberg's film. I need more of his films. It's a never-ending deal with us collectors. But a movie that is like their first movie, and nobody talks about it. Dead Hooker in a Trunk. Wah! This movie is like modern grindhouse, goofy, just nuts, over the top, funny. Just it's a wild fucking ride, and it's fun, and it's just like, yeah, I don't know. It's been a while since I watched it, and it's gonna be fun to see it again. Dead Hooker in a Trunk. That's what I'm doing next on episode 38. Yeah, on episode 38, that'll be Dead Hooker in a Trunk. So beep a pow and fuck yes. Saint Bernard, people. If you haven't seen it, if you want to see something that's visually fucking mind-bending, and something that's like, if you're trying to figure out what the fuck it's about, if you want to go deep into it, that it's a total mind fuck also, because there's some stuff that is just like, okay, what does that have to do with anything? But whatever, it's crazy. Just something that's a fun, crazy, wild ride. Like if the movie Labyrinth took like a bad dose of acid. Saint Bernard. That's what Saint Bernard is. It's like Labyrinth taking the brown acid and having a bad trip. That's Saint Bernard. It's a lot of fun. I wish it had more special features. Like I don't even think it has like a commentary track on here. And it's like, I got the link if you want to pick up the Blu-ray. it's like $30 for the Blu-ray. It was a little pricey, but I mean, it's one that's like, if you see it and you're like, that's really cool and I want to own it, you want to watch it in HD because it's such a visual fucking movie that seeing it in like HD is pretty cool. Yeah, so I mean, this movie is just fucking wild. You should totally check it out if you're into wild movies, you know, and you'll definitely watch it and be like, I have never seen anything like this before. I've seen wild, crazy movies that are just like visually over the top and just, whoa, what the fuck's going on? But Saint Bernard definitely stands on its own as like, you know, it's definitely unique, very, very unique. So yeah, you should watch it. I'm seeing what it says. Graphically descends into a surreal odyssey of chaos, psychosis, and fucked up shit that looks cool as hell, is what Bloody Disgusting said, and they are fucking right. So unleashed beyond the underground festival circuit for the first time ever. And if you want to check it out and you're like, I don't want to blow $30 on something that I might not fucking like, it should still be on Tubi. Go to Tubi and fucking watch it. And if you're like a person that doesn't know what Tubi is or doesn't watch movies on Tubi, get Tubi. It's like, you got to deal with like little commercials here and there, but who gives a fuck? Because they have a wide array of shit that's just like, it's all over the place, all genres, from all different fucking decades and stuff like that. Not niche shit, not just like, oh, this is a Tubi exclusive, so we're gonna show this all the time more and maybe not have this or that. They've got, like, if you love 80s slashers, boom, it's in there. If you love Italian 70s giallo, boom, it's in there. If you want to watch newer shit from the 2000s, like low budget indie shit, boom, it's in there. If you want to watch crazy, weird, fucking effects driven movies like Saint Bernard, it's there. So it should still be there. But yeah, so I signed your pity all over the runny kind, and it's a little bit messy, but I'm sure with a nice detergent and maybe a spot remover like a Tide stick, your whites will be whiter than white, and use the right dryer sheets and you'll get a nice crisp runny kind. Okay, so yeah, until the next episode, this has been me, your host, Pootie Tang, and Reviewedly Interrupted, episode 36, I think, or 37, episode 37, Reviewedly Interrupted, Saint Bernard. All right, I'm out, bitches. Yeah, I'm gonna go watch something else now. It's a never-ending cycle. I watch movies because I like to be entertained, and I like to be entertained, so I watch movies. It's a vicious cycle. What can you do? But yeah, so Wadata, motherfuckers. Until next time, Saint Bernard. Bleh.